If you do not want a close relationship with God, if you do not want to do what God says, if you do not want a friendship with God, if you don't want a friend called God, if you don't want to be friends with Him, never watch this video. Micah chapter 2, verse 1 says, "Woe unto them who devise iniquity." Psalms 66, don't know what verse. "If I regard iniquity, the Lord will not hear me." 1 Thessalonians 5 says, says to pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians 5 says to pray without ceasing. Matthew 22 says one of the two most important commandments is to love your neighbor as yourself. John 14 is where Jesus says, "If you love me, keep my commandments." John chapter 15 is where Jesus says, if we keep his commandments, we are his friends. Philippians 4, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." So right now, Heavenly Father, I confess my sins. I forgive those that have sinned against me and ticked me off. Lord, I ask you to take away the desire of myself and every person, Christian or not, who will ever watch this video. I ask you to take our desire to do iniquity away. I pray that we will not do iniquity, Lord. I pray that we will avoid doing iniquity as much as we can. Lord, I ask you to help us because Matthew 7 says, "Ask and you shall receive," and Philippians 4, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Titus 1, "The Lord does not lie." Malachi 3, "The Lord does not change." Psalm 66, "If I regard iniquity, the Lord will not hear me." Matthew 7, "Ask and you shall receive." So Lord, I just ask you to help myself and everyone who is a Christian, including those who are not Christians. I ask you to help us to stop doing iniquity, and I ask you to help us to avoid iniquity as much as possible. I ask you to help us to not do iniquity. I ask you to help us to put an end to iniquity for the longest amount of time possible. Lord, I ask this for myself and every person who will ever watch this, Christian or not, in Jesus' merciful name. If this helps you do good to people, if this helps you no longer do bad, please leave me a comment letting me know, and please like, share, and subscribe. But anytime you're not able to leave a comment, that is always by pure accident. Thank you.